Hey everyone, welcome to A Life in Dublin. I'm Mark, this is Ross. Today we're talking to Jess from Mexico. Really good chat. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and we want your honest answer for these. Okay.
Oh, okay.
First thing is, what do you think of the Irish accent?
I love it.
Okay.
It's hard to. At the beginning, I couldn't understand a word. But now I just need my ears to get used to the accent.
Yeah.
But then I can do it. At least Dublin and around Dublin accent, I'm okay. And far away from Dublin, it's a little more difficult.
Yeah.
Especially for older people, they speak kind of difficult. But I really like it. I love it, and now I know the difference because I don't know English accent or American accent or even Australian accent or something. And my favorite is gonna be always Irish accent.
And so how do you feel compared to your other Mexican friends and friends from other countries? How do you find being a female who's come to Ireland and had to go through all of these processes by themselves and make friends? How did you find? Did you think it was easy? Did you have any problems, or what was it like for you?
Even since the beginning, when I told my family I'm living to another place I've never been before, and most of my family were like, how if you're a small girl and you don't even speak the language, you don't know anyone, how are you gonna be secure, or we're not gonna be in danger or something? And I was like, I don't know, I just feel like I want to do it. My parents were like, oh, my little girl is going, but they were like, we'll support your dreams, and if that makes you happy, we're happy with that.
Okay.
So it was many of my family were like, we're not supporting this, so
Wow.
good luck. Not many, but some of them. And some of them were like, we support, but we're scared, or we're not sure what is gonna happen. I'm so glad that everybody I have met here, they've been very nice with me. I haven't had any kind of problem about being a woman. Only at work, it's common, but I think it's around the world. It's more, I don't know if it's cultural, but sometimes it's more difficult because I'm working in as engineer.
So STEM area.
Yes, since I was at school, I was around boys all the time. So sometimes I get that they feel or they think I'm not strong enough in some things, and it's normal. I mean, it's not the same body or anything. So sometimes they give me, or it takes longer for me to reach certain level or certain tasks or things, just because I'm a woman. So they have this difference. Maybe sometimes they're polite. You know, they are like, oh no, we're not gonna bother you with this if I can do it, or these kind of things. But sometimes they think that the fact that I'm a woman, it's gonna be more difficult for me. Even just not talking about physical matters, but I don't know, mentally, I don't know.
Okay.
It's been a little difficult, that part.
But that's mainly in your work life.
Exactly.
Socially and externally, outside of work, you've had a fairly decent time of it?
Yes, completely. I haven't had any problem. No.
We spoke to someone actually a while back on a different podcast that we didn't release in the end, but she worked in a similar industry and said something very similar. In fact, he described it in a worse way than you have. And yeah, I can imagine within that particular industry, it's very. I think women in most industries have a more difficult time of it anyway. But I think particularly in a very male-centric industry where it's construction and engineering generally, I can imagine it's very tough. You've been in Dublin now 4.5 years.
Yes.
Right? who knows how much longer you'll be here, right?
Yes.
You know the difference now between the north side and the south side. Do you consider yourself a north sider or a south sider?
I have no idea. I still feel like I'm a visitor.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. I feel like I know Dublin a lot, but I still enjoy it. So like I was just for a short period of time.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like I feel part of it. I'm getting used to it, but it's still like
Still not your home.
it's not my home totally.
Yeah.
Totally, because it's my second home for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think I've always been most of the time I've been in the north side, so I guess I'm part of it.
Yeah.
On the north side.
North.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Is that a threat? Is that a threat?
Yeah.
How much of like you said, 4.5 years? How much of that COVID period set you back from continuing to develop that relationship with Dublin? I mean, you said you were studying, so you were just on your computer the whole time in your house, and then you went back to Mexico for a couple of months. Just did that aid in a bit of a disassociation, or are you just more realistic and you're just like, yeah, I'm just here to enjoy Ireland, rather than try and find a place to call your new home, or is it the fact that maybe some of your friends come and go that you meet that always just keeps it in your mind, knowing that I might not be here forever?
I want to explain it like for the bottom of my heart that I feel like it's a dream. It's like a dream for me. Like I don't know what is real or not. Sometimes when I go back home, I feel so far away, like it was just a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Like it never happened,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And when I'm here, sometimes it feels so long that like my family is far away, and I don't know how to express it. But sometimes it's more like one day it's gonna be over, and then I'm gonna return to my normal life. I don't know. But at the same time, I'm creating a new life here, and I think everything is temporary. So maybe it's the way I've learned not to get attached that much to, as you said, people that come and then leave, and then my heart is broken again. And then opportunities, I was like, I know at some point I might not be able to keep living here or continue with my goals, but at least I know I made the most of it while I could stay there. So for now, my life, it's been also, I think it's because of the student life. So you come here for a period of time and then you go, but then now with this opportunity, I am having a more stable life.
Yeah.
I'm having new friends at work, and they're so nice, and they have another kind of life as well. Most of them are Europeans.
Yeah.
So they come same way. But it's a little bit easier for them. So they
the
already are settled.
Yeah.
And they already achieved more.
Yeah.
So it's a good example for me, because also being an immigrant, Latin immigrant, or maybe not non-European, for me things are a little bit more it takes longer to achieve.
Yeah.
So now that was my mindset, I could say, and now that I'm meeting new people with new ideas and different point of view, I see the other side as well. So now my life, it's kind of seeing the both sides now. I don't really know what is gonna happen. So yes, that's why.
You said you had friends when you came originally. There were Mexican friends who helped you fill you in on the information. How much are you still friends with those people, or have your interests kind of changed? Do you try to stay away from the Mexican connection more, just so that it feels like you're like learning more about other places and other people, or do you still have a good core group of Mexican friends that you kind of meet up and kind of at least feel like there is an element of home here in Ireland?
I'm still in touch with them. Most of them are already back in Mexico, but they're still my friends, and then with the bond we created at that time, it's very strong that I know they're my friends for life. The Mexican community is very helpful. I still have friends of friends here. I still have my small group of Mexican friends, but I always like to have different groups of friends to go out to dance, friends to talk to, like, deeply, all kind of friends. So here I have all types, and what I did, for example, it's a good idea or a good advice, maybe good advice. When I came here first, I was speaking Spanish a lot. I was like, if I keep doing this, I won't be able to progress in my English. So what I did is, like, okay, I need to have like a level. I need to find a way. And so then I was like, okay, at home I speak Spanish, at school I speak half Spanish, half English. So I need to find a job where I could develop my English. So I looked for a job, and the other way at that time I was a waitress. It was very good because you talk to people and even to tourists. So it's English from all around the world. That helped me a lot to understand different accents, French accent, Spanish accent, all these kind of accents that you don't. It's a little difficult at the beginning. So that was my the way I could balance the Spanish and the English. I think Mexican style or Mexican friends are always will always make me feel like at home. Sometimes we can make jokes and they understand. Sometimes my Irish friends as well, they teach me jokes, and now I understand all the jokes and everything. So it's funny. It's fun. And now at work I have all kind of friends, Croatians and more Irish friends, well, all different kinds. So it's fun.
I heard a rumor recently, and I've actually read this before in online newspapers and different things like that. And you can imagine that you're speaking to not Irish people, right? Apparently Irish people are very ugly.
Speak for yourself, Frank.
Would you agree?
No.
No. She's too nice.
She dated an Irish, so
Yes.
she can't make that assumption.
Exactly. Yes.
So can you explain more? Why do you think Mark would come up with such a lie?
I don't know.
Come on, there's an element of truth there, isn't there? We've been on a plane. We know what it's like in other places.
I don't know. I think we don't have the British teeth. I don't think. There's the thing about British people and their teeth.
We don't look after ourselves. I was going to say each other. We don't look after ourselves very well. I think, just from living in Spain, I know, like, for example, they look after themselves much better than we do. They eat a lot of fruit. I think it's a warmer culture, so they're outdoors more, doing the exercise outdoors and stuff, and the sun obviously helps too. I'm not saying that Irish people are ugly. I'm just saying I'm obviously Irish, but it's I don't think we look after ourselves. I don't think alcohol helps.
That's true. There's a lot of Irish people with nice beer bellies, and I don't know. It's changing. Like, we have TV shows in Ireland, like Ireland's Fittest Family. There's kind of been a big revolution about Operation Transformation. All of these things that are kind of pushing Irish people towards looking after themselves a little bit more. And I see a lot more people running, doing kind of general activities, but there is an element of just Irish people not eating great varieties of food and
Well, I
eating a lot of
remember-
takeaways.
Yeah, exactly. I went when I lived in Australia at the time. I don't know if it's changed or if it's still the same. You know, beside the checkout, it's illegal to put like things,
Sweets
and those types of things. And I remember coming home, and I was up visiting my brother, and we went into like a Super Value there, and it was like a table this size full of like Kit Kats and Cadbury's chocolate bars, and he was with his little daughter, and at the time she was obviously like, "Daddy, give me, one of those," and then it's the debate starts, and ends up buying it for her. But if that wasn't there, she wouldn't have had that thing. But it's an interesting one. Jess, I really, really appreciate you doing this. It's been really interesting talking to you.
Thank you very much.
If you were chatting to someone moving over from Mexico now, is there any bit of advice you'd give them? Maybe not. We all know accommodation is a real issue. Unfortunately, the reason I say maybe not to mention that is because I don't know what the solution is, other than it's a problem. We know it's a problem. What other piece of advice maybe would you give someone who was moving to Ireland?
I think it not only for Mexicans, but in general, I think the most important part is to know, to be aware. You have to be resilient, because in general, life is full of unexpected things, especially when you are new in a different country. So that you cannot give up just because one thing went wrong, or two, or five.
Yeah.
It's always if you really want to reach one of the goals or anything, you need to understand that you have to find a way.
Yeah.
It's not always coming to you as you want, or saying I'm here. So you have to find a way, and eventually, if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen after all. For Mexicans, to bring spicy food, some sweets or something, and a big coat.
Big coats. Yeah. And
What else? Yes, not to give up easy, because I met two kind of. At least I can talk about Mexicans, two kind of Mexicans. The ones that hated coming here at the beginning because it was too difficult for them. I don't know why it's this different thing, that some people have very bad luck and people that had good luck, kind of. So it was for people that really someone stole something from in the hostel, or they lost their money, or crazy things like that, or maybe just they started like they were in touch with a scam, something like that, or people that really started having a conversation with someone and they helped them, and then that's how they found a very good job. These kind of things, like you never know. But I think it's also changing that mindset. Like you are gonna start from zero, and then you're gonna grow up depending on what you really want.
Yeah.
So it's not easy, but life is not easy no matter where you are.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Any particular favorite places in Dublin, whether it's a restaurant, maybe a bar, a cafe, that you'd recommend?
My favorite place is not in Dublin, actually.
Oh, cool.
It's Wicklow. It's next to Dublin, so
Yeah.
outside Dublin. Wicklow is beautiful. It's like a movie. It's like I don't know.
What part of Wicklow? The mountains or the?
I don't know which the mountains are like surreal colors and vegetation, but also the forest is very green, and this like movie environment. I don't know, like fairy tale place, and all the small details that are like Irish things. Like I'm thinking of fairy tale houses that are hidden in some of the trees. I don't know, it's just a beautiful place. And of course here in Dublin, parks,
Yeah.
pizza places. I really like close to in Phibsborough. I live in Phibsborough, so I could recommend the back page.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Friends, ping pong, all kind of slot games, machines, and everything. What else? Riot. I really like Riot. It's in Temple Bar, but nobody really appreciates the environment in that place. I really like it.
What type of environment is it?
Sorry?
What type of environment is it?
I don't know, it's more like chill rockers, but normals and then students, and then I like it.
I've never been, but you're not the first person who's recommended it to us.
Really?
Yeah.
That used
Melinda.
to be the old garage bar.
No. Riot Bar is on the Quays. Garage Bar is still there, I think. That's opposite Bad Bob's.
Yeah, that's up at Bob Bob's.
Yeah, Riot Bar is on the Quays, not too far away from the Halfpenny Bridge.
Okay.
Beside like the Super
old
Value.
the Gypsy Rose, I think it used to be called, or Blue Cafe. I actually do know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks cool from the outside. I don't know why I've never gone in. It's just for me that location. It's a bit of a weird location, I think, for a bar.
Yes.
But it's good.
Nice.
Yes,
Listen, thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Been really cool.
It's been very fun.
Thanks very much, Jess.
Thanks,
you.
Ross.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, thanks everybody for listening and watching. Hey, that was amazing.
Yeah,
well
very
done.
good.
Oh, thank you.
You talk so well. Yeah, for like 4 years, Jesus Christ, you're like whipping out. Man, you're so good. Such a good
Thank
speaker.
you very much.
Oh.
Sometimes I got very nervous. I was like, I didn't know what to do or something.
This seems to be gone. I think it's probably run out of battery. We got. We have it here anyway.